Okay. Nasa affidavit ito ni Rapi na parang in-answer lang niya. Affidavit 2.9. When I was in my teens, my mother told me that my biological father was alive and was on public channels in the Philippines. My mother's relationship and I were tense during this time due to the stark changes in culture between the American and Filipino lifestyle. It was during this time that I requested to see Rafi Tulfo, and my family went through great lengths to connect both of us together. Rafi wrote that we were living in the United States in 1992 to 1994, which is incorrect. I was still living in the Philippines in 1992, traveling to the Philippine embassies numerous times a year with my aunts in order to obtain an Italian visa to join my mother who was residing in Italy. I obtained a visa in 1994 and joined my mother in Italy in July of that year. We left Italy in 1995 for the United States. When I spent time with Rafi Tulfo, he referred to Jocelyn as his wife, but I share no details of our time together with my mother due to our strained relationships.
Teka, sandali. Excuse me nakalimutan ko sabihin sa'yo to. Naka-record to. Pwede ba?
Okay.
Naka-record to.
Okay.
So, okay lang ha?
Sure.
Sige.
Uh-huh.
Nakalimutan ko sabihin sa'yo. Kasi in-interview nga kita. Okay, go on.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
In truth, the more I spent time with my biological father, the more the divide between my mother and I grew. Affidavit 2.14. My mother never said to say thank you to Jocelyn for taking care of me. This would have been quite odd, considering Jocelyn was the reason for Rafi's abandonment of my pregnant mother.
Totoo.
Affidavit 2.14, paragraph 7. Rafi wrote that we were living the American dream. It is disappointing that a well-traveled and knowledgeable person such as himself would make such an absurd generalization, especially having lived in the United States himself. My experience living the American dream was working at 13 years old, earning $2 an hour at a donut shop, living in a mobile home. This is people who cannot afford a real house live. My mother collecting coupons for hours to buy food at the grocery store, going at a second-hand store to buy clothes. My mother working at a factory conducting backbreaking manual labor. Being in college then, to this day, never once taking vacation as a family. When I was young, because we could not afford one and so on. This was our so-called American dream. Affidavit 2.15. I met my father a handful of times, and I met two of his mistresses.
Wait. Anong namit niya, may mga babae si tatay niya?
Dalawa. She met two of his mistresses.
Ilang taon siya nun?
I would say it started probably from the beginning. I would say she was in her teens. A handful, so that means she went, the first time she met Rafi, she is 13. So, a handful of times, so maybe she's 13, then 15 umuwi kami, 17 umuwi kami.
Hindi ba nakakatroma sa isang bata yan na alam na niyang inabandon kayo ng tatay niya at may asawa uli ang tatay niya, tapos ipapakita pa ng tatay niya ang mga babae niya?
Yes, pero at that time, hindi ko alam ang mga ito. Nalaman ko na lang ito nung, siguro yung matagal na, bago niya sinabi sa akin ang mga ito.
Kilala niya ba yung mga babae na yun? Mapapangalanan niya yung mga babae na yun?
Yung isa.
Okay.
Yung isa yung isa meron. At saka kasi, nagkwento siya sa akin after a while na yung isa daw nagselos at si Rafi nasa bar, tapos iniwan nila yung babae kasi may tumawag na isang lalaki.
Anong klaseng tatay yan? Hindi ba child abuse yan?
Psychologically.
Oo.
Emotionally, yes.
Oo. Minsan lang niya nakita for so many years, tapos kakalag ka rin niya sa ganyang klaseng trabaho, ganyang gawain.
Yes. Pero eto nga
Nakakashock yan ah.
eh,
O sige,
there's
patuloy
a
ba
lot
sa...
of more, okay. Tulfo saw me as an opportunity to leverage out rather than seeing me as his daughter. He always brought his mistresses along when we were together because it was the best subterfuge for allaying Jocelyn's distrust.
Teka.
Rapi Tulfo
So, ginagamit siya na
yes.
pang ano?
Paalam siya kay Jocelyn na mag-spend daw siya ng time sa anak niya. Tapos may mga mistress siyang kasama.
Walang hiyang ama to talaga. O sige, patuloy mo.
Rapi Tulfo told me that Jocelyn didn't suspect him of being with his mistress if he was spending quality alone time with his daughter. We spent the night in opulent hotels for which his mistresses were always in tow. He always equipped me with generous shopping funds to keep myself occupied so that he could remain engaged with his mistresses.
Teka, that means more than one. Ano, sabay-sabay yun?
Yes.
Nakikita yung mga babae?
Hindi sabay-sabay. Siguro palit-palit daily, gano'n. Kasi 2 weeks kami dito, 2 weeks sa kanya yung anak niya.
Oh my G. O sige.
So,